34-year-old Quincy Williams of Lodge Church Young during an exclusive interview with 90 News on Friday related what inspired him to launch Unfiltered Podclass.
I was going through my own struggle as a person, depression-wise, and I even went to so close to committing suicide. We all have our demons we are fighting. So I would have created Unfiltered Podclass to deal with it on different levels and bring different personalities to the platform, so that you could hear different views from the personality that you might look up to. You would hear their views and think that will give people the motivation and the drive.
Williams, an advocate for women's rights and empowerment, related his podcast thrust of promoting women in entrepreneurship and perceived male-dominated careers.
Third episode that's going to be coming out this following Wednesday. It's going to be part of discussions women empowerment, and we literally go to the location of these women business, highlight their business, right, at no additional cost. But at the same time, we need to make mention, and I need to make mention of the sponsors, and 90% of the sponsors also of the podcast is women-owned business. Women-owned business when it comes to cakes, clothing, online shopping, designing of flyers, graphic designing.
Williams explained that naming his podcast Unfiltered Podclass is intended to not only encourage interactive sessions with persons affected by societal issues, but to teach coping mechanisms.
Unfiltered Podclass is here to bring the conversation that you might feel shy to indulge yourself in. We will bring the conversation, we will bring the personalities, and we will deal with it, with the core of it.
The 34-year-old currently works in the oil and gas sector at Guyana Shore-based Inc. as a singer-banksman, a person responsible for ensuring that loads are placed on vessels in a safe manner. Apart from this occupation and his podcast, Unfiltered Podclass, Williams is a jack of all trades, as he's a business mentor, entrepreneur, and theater enthusiast. Unfiltered Podclass, which began in June 29, 2022, has thus far garnered a significant response from female fans, according to Williams. The podcast covers an array of topical issues like suicide, depression, low self-esteem, relationships, anxiety, etc. Williams is hopeful to have a female co-host on his podcast soon. Williams also had this bit of advice for young people who believe that their place of origin is a stumbling block to success.
If as an individual you would not have realized, or you reach 30, you wouldn't have realized what is your purpose in life, you're wasting time.
Unfiltered Podclass is streamed on all social media platforms. This is Antonio Day reporting for HEP 90 News.